Assalamu alaikum audience. My name is Daudur Shahwala and I am from Rehan College, the IDX campus. Today my task is talk with ChatGPT and its topic is how to deal with criticism and it to improve. So let's start. Hi ChatGPT, today is day 22 and our topic is how to deal with criticism and use it to improve first. Tell me what is criticism actually?
Great topic for day 22. Criticism is essentially feedback or evaluation of something you've done, and it can be either constructive or negative. Constructive criticism is meant to help you grow and improve, offering specific suggestions and insights. Negative criticism, on the other hand, might not be as helpful and can sometimes be more about the person giving it than the actual content. The key is to learn how to distinguish between the two and use the feedback to your advantage.
What is mean by improve our criticism?
Improving through criticism means taking the feedback you receive and using it as a tool for growth. It involves reflecting on the points made, identifying areas where you can get better, and then taking action to make those improvements. It also means maintaining a growth mindset, being open to learning, and not taking the feedback personally. Over time, this approach can help you continuously improve and grow.
Why do people feel bad when criticized?
It's completely natural to feel a bit defensive or hurt when receiving criticism, especially if it touches on something personal or important to you. The key is to give yourself a moment to process those feelings and then try to view the feedback objectively. Remember that criticism is often an opportunity to learn and improve. And with time, that's get easier to handle.
So, how can someone stay calm when criticized?
Staying calm when criticized can definitely be challenging, but a few techniques can help. First, take a deep breath and give yourself a moment before responding. Remind yourself that the feedback is about your work and not a reflection of your worth. It also helps to listen actively, ask clarifying questions, and focus on the constructive aspects. And remember, it's okay to take your time to process the feedback before acting on it.
What's the difference between healthy and unhealthy criticism?
Healthy criticism is constructive and aimed at helping you improve. It's specific, actionable, and delivered with kindness and respect. Focuses on the behavior or the work rather than the person, and it provides clear suggestions for improvement. On the other hand, unhealthy criticism tends to be vague, overly harsh, or personal. It might focus on flaws without offering solutions, and can leave you feeling discouraged rather than motivated. The key is to seek out and embrace the constructive kind and learn to filter out the unhelpful feedback.
How can we use criticism for self improvement?
To use criticism for self improvement, start by approaching it with an open mind and a willingness to learn. First, try to really understand the feedback by asking questions if needed and reflecting on the points raised. Uh, then identify specific areas where you can make improvements and set small actionable goals. Also, remember to track your progress and celebrate the improvements you make along the way. This mindset can turn criticism into a powerful tool for growth.
Sometimes criticism hurts emotionally. What should someone do then?
It's completely natural to feel hurt by criticism, especially if it touches on something personal. In those moments, it's helpful to give yourself some grace and space to process the emotion. Try to separate the feedback from your self worth and focus on the constructive elements. It can also help to talk it out with someone you trust or take a break to regain your composure. Over time, with practice, it does get easier to take criticism in stride and use it positively.
How can we respond to criticism respectfully?
Responding respectfully to criticism can really help maintain a positive and constructive dialogue. First, acknowledge the feedback calmly and thank the person for their input. Then, ask clarifying questions if you need more details and show that you're open to learning. Even if feedback is tough to hear, try to keep your tone positive and professional. Finally, follow up by letting them know how you plan to use the feedback to grow. This approach helps turn criticism into a constructive opportunity.
What if someone criticizes us publicly?
Being criticized publicly can be a bit more challenging, but it's important to stay composed. You can acknowledge the feedback calmly, and if possible, ask to discuss it in private so you can have a more constructive conversation. Keep your response respectful and focus on the content of the feedback rather than the public setting. Afterward, reflect on the feedback and respond in a way that shows your commitment to improvement. Over time, this approach helps maintain your professionalism and resilience.
Why do some people criticize even when they don't know the full story?
Sometimes people criticize without having the full picture because they might be acting on assumptions or limited information. Sometimes it's a reflection of their own perspective, experiences, or even their mood at the moment. It's also possible that they may not be aware of the impact of their words. In these situations, it can help to respond with curiosity and kindness and then decide how best to take the feedback to heart.
That's true. How can criticism improve success?
Criticism can be a powerful catalyst for success because it provides an external perspective that can highlight areas for improvement that we might not see ourselves. By embracing criticism, we can refine our skills, make better decisions, and avoid repeating mistakes. It also helps us become more adaptable and resilient, which are key traits of successful individuals. And this continuous improvement driven by feedback can lead to greater achievements and fulfillment.
Should we ask for feedback?
Absolutely. Asking for feedback is a great practice. It shows that you're proactive and open to growth. By seeking feedback, you can gain valuable insights that you might not get otherwise and accelerate your personal and professional development. Just make sure to ask in a constructive way and be open to the feedback you receive. All part of the journey of continuous improvement.
How can someone avoid talking criticism personally?
One way to avoid taking criticism personally is to remind yourself that feedback is about your actions or work, not about your worth as a person. Helps to view criticism as an opportunity for growth rather than a reflection of your abilities. Also, try to focus on the content of the feedback and look for the constructive elements. And finally, give yourself a bit of compassion and time to process the feedback before responding.
Okay, what practical habits help us handle criticism better?
There are a few practical habits that can really help. One is to practice mindfulness, which helps you stay present and less reactive. Another habit is to keep a growth mindset, which means seeing feedback as a chance to learn. It's also helpful to keep a feedback journal where you jot down the feedback, your thoughts about it, so you can reflect later. And finally, practicing self compassion is key, as it helps you handle criticism with a bit more grace and resilience.
What if criticism is rude and unfair?
When criticism is rude and unfair, it can be tough to handle. In such cases, it's important to maintain your composure and not take it personally. You can acknowledge the feedback without accepting the negativity and choose to focus on any constructive elements that might be there. If the criticism is particularly harsh, it's okay to set boundaries and, if needed, address it calmly or seek support from others, ultimately protecting your own well being in the priority.
Thank you, ChatGPT. That was eye-opening. I hope everyone watching and uses criticism to grow, not to shrink. See you all in day 20 to 23. and a half is.